Hey everybody, welcome to Legend of Princess Mystery Race.
Gosh, Smite, why do we have so many of these old games? Why can't we get new games around here?
Oh no. Must be incompetence. I feel like we played a brand new game that wasn't even out yet recently. The demo of that one Kaizo platformer.
Yeah.
The dev of that said hello on YouTube.
Oh, hello to the dev of that. Well, I hope the dev of this one says hi to us as well, because it's also the same dev as the dev of Iconoclasts.
Level Devil, not a troll game. I love it, Iconoclast.
All right, well, I'm going to give them the countdown so they can go, and then I'll tell everyone what we're doing here. So this game probably will not take them the full 30 minutes. We're going to give them 30 minutes on the clock just in case. It is possible to game over, and if you do, you start from scratch. There's no continuing from where you left off. What we told them though was, if you can't complete the game, we'll use your the colorful green gems up in the right corner, the amount of currency you've collected, as a tiebreaker. The cool trick to this game is that you have 3 weapons you can choose from and 3 movement options you can choose from, and they kind of set your difficulty mode because some of them are a little more challenging to use, but they also open the door to reaching more gems. So a player who thinks that they may not be able to complete it might want to take more difficult items because it does offer you better access to gems. So we've got players like Dude and Nodelecta who have both chosen the easiest weapon and the easiest movement option, the boomerang and the feather respectively, which is not a bad choice. If you think that you have the chance to clear it, you might as well take the options that allow you to play better. But then you've got like Digi on the left, who has the mouse bomb and the chicken, which are considered harder. I don't think the chicken's actually that bad. It's a little more time consuming to get over walls and things like that, but it's not too bad to deal with. But it does give you access to places you couldn't otherwise get to.
I have played this before, but it's been so long, I don't super remember it. It looks so nice though, but that doesn't surprise, given the dev. Have you beaten Iconoclast?
I haven't. No, I've never even played Iconoclast. I'm familiar with it. I have a lot of friends who are really into it, but...
The game with the wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about all I know of it as well.
It is a very dark story, and it's got a lot of wildly good, unique pixel art. It's one of those indie games that does unique things where like every NPC has its own animations and stuff. It's the kind of thing you would never see in a studio production because there's so much care put into so much of it. And the story is pretty wild. It's mostly about the lady with the wrench being underestimated and everybody dying, but yeah, it's really good. Really good Metroidvania kind of.
Okay, I was mistaken. There actually is a continue option.
Sweet.
I had game overed in practice just to test things, and I guess I didn't pay enough attention to the menu to realize it had an option to just continue from where you left off, so that's good.
I was thinking about using Ragnarok Battle offline one of these days for one of these. That's a cool one. But I think it might be past its prime since Ragnarok's no longer a thing. It was really neat in 2000 and nothing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and we only play games on this stream with that are still well within their prime.
That's right. Like the other day I was playing the Tarzan unreleased SNES game.
Mm-hmm. We're talking in its heyday, which is now. I hope that our players chose to remap their controls, because I mean I'm a controller user, so keyboard controls often frustrate me, but the built-in keyboard controls for this game I felt were frustrating to use, so I hope everyone's playing the way that's most comfortable for them.
It's Danendorf.
Legally distinct. Good eye. The reason why you get Iconoclast vibes from this is because it was by the creator of Iconoclast.
If you're feeling like a good platformer and some depression, load that up. It won't take you too long. It's a good game.
I should give more games like that a try. That one in particular, and a few others I've had on my backlog. I'm a little picky about my modern platformers. I feel like some of them, they look pretty, but they end up not being very interesting, and I get disappointed with them, so I sometimes hesitate to try them out.
In the same way that Celeste does, I think Iconoclast has a bunch of cool environmental stuff going on. Here comes the Wall Master.
Our players are doing pretty well. The impression I got was that this game can be beaten in about 15 minutes. It's only one dungeon long, spoilers, but it's only one dungeon long. So, like I said, I expect that our players will be able to beat this. But we did set up a possibility, if they don't, that we'll judge them based on the amount of gems they collect.
I remember seeing, who knows how old I was, probably 16, this game, and the art and stuff where it just looks like a, like a fan piece of art, and then you find out it's a video game, gotta play it immediately. The Octo Rock, immediately identifiable stuff. Becomes
right.
Shadow Lunk. Shadow Lunk has done it. It's killed him.
Dude's trying to work out how to fight Dark Link. Dark green guy. That boomerang seems really unfair. Yeah, sorry, evil hero. You're right.
Oh no! No luck, I got the ultimate boss.
No, 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 Electa.
This came out in 2008. The hero controls Bind inside the Dirt Temple. Six items, 6 enemies, 3 bosses. The final boss, armored monster with crippling weak point, King Gonad.
Yeah, Conject's website does have sort of a warning about being uncertain how well this game will run on modern PCs. So I thought we got off lucky that no one was having any problems with it, but maybe that's part of what caused the issues with Node Electa crashing.
That's the trouble with software.
That's why console games are great. Console games never crash.
That's true. As long as you don't do anything weird. Or if they are, you know, just broken.
King Gonad.
Yeah, that's them. Instead of Goma the spider.
Oh, I get it.
I was probably in my late 20s when I finally found out that games like NES games I grew up with had multiple releases to fix terrible bugs that were there on release, and I'd never...
Yep.
I don't know how you know which one you're getting, still, not really. But like, Link to the Past is a good example of one that got fixed up between the Japanese and the American release dramatically. And then
even the American release has a few different versions. I think 3 different versions.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, that's a game that actually would bother to fix the bugs. Most games would just ignore them, just deal with it. Reprint would be too expensive.
These days, the answer is you can look at the stamp on the back of the cartridge and it'll tell you what version it is.
Shadow Lunk is killed. Tough boss. The bomb chew is a good weapon for this. Oh no!
Looks like dude might have cleared King Gonad.
These bosses are the tough part for sure. Digi's trying to work out how to get Shadow Lunk out of the floor. Thank you for playing. I'll play something else.
Looks like dude finished at about 15 minutes. What do you think they meant by play the actual games?
I think they mean that this is a fan game. Wouldn't know.
It looks good enough to be real, so.
Yeah.
One of the fun things about having the Cuckoo as your movement option in this game is that it also can be a weapon. You can just throw the Cuckoo at things and it'll damage them.
This boss giving everybody trouble.
Yeah, Dark Link's always giving people problems, so. Dark hero, evil hero.
Yeah, every game they're in. Hate this boss. I still don't really know. I always forget if I ever knew how to beat them in Ocarina of Time. I always get stuck there if I don't have the big sword. Big sword they don't have, so you can, you know, they can't copy this. But when they have the Master Sword and you do too, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Well, the last two playthroughs I did of Ocarina of Time were 3-heart playthroughs. Unfortunately, in Ocarina of Time, he has as much health as you do, so you basically just have to get one hit in, and he's dead. So if I had to give any advice for fighting Dark Link, I'd say, don't collect the hearts.
But what if I do collect the hearts? And then...
Well, then you've screwed up.
Oh.
You'll need to start over. Yeah, the trick that I understand from Dark Link is that you're just not supposed to Z-target. I don't know why specifically that's the thing, but supposedly that makes it work properly.
Hammer's an interesting idea. He ain't got that either. Are you supposed to make him block and then hit him in the back?
I don't think so.
Is Digi doing damage with this? He looks like he's cowering behind his shield. That's what I get from this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was still in my head thinking about Ocarina of Time Dark Link. You were talking about this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he blocks, it looks like you're supposed to get behind him and hit him. Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
Another player.
Yeah, the Wall Master spawns when you start moving the blue block, and he's trying to send the blue block back to the top. So you hit him and it pushes him back a little bit.
He's a Phantos.
The wall master is what can crash the game? Wait, really?
The eyes with no pupils look is some Newgrounds energy to me. It's such a specific era of art style. It's a good way to make your character look unhinged.
I recognize the incredible quality of this style of art, but it's like never really pulled me in all that much. This sort of overwrought pixel art. I don't really know how to describe it in a way that articulates my problems with it, but
it's visually busy. It's
big Newgrounds energy really describes it quite succinctly for me.
That's more style, yeah. I don't feel like all their works are this way. Iconoclast is a very pretty game that has as much visual going on and saturation galore, but it's zoomed out more, and I think is its own thing.
It's not real critique though. It's like, it's a style that doesn't draw me to it, but I definitely recognize how involved and beautiful it is. It's just not like, it's not a style that draws me into, oh, I've got to play this game because it's pretty.
Ganon lit the fire that kills him.
You dare bring light to my lair? Must die.
I like to break out a really pretentious Aesop quote from Civ 5 when the enemies do that stuff. The haft of the arrow had been feathered by one of the eagle's own plumes. Makes you think. Got the key. Oh, I don't remember seeing this boss. Got the anti-fairies here.
It's only appropriate that the Link to the Past Link should have rad-looking Link to the Past anti-fairies.
I think the Digis figured it out.
I will say that Digi also brought in the hardest of the items, right? Like this boss is asking you to make more use of your sub weapon, and the mouse bomb is probably a harder sub weapon to land a hit on Evil Hero with. It's not just throwing a boomerang. It's like you've got to line it up properly so the explosion actually hits.
They're doing well this time. Barely hit at all, and they landed lots of blows. Two more on this final boss. Digi has beaten Dark Lump.
All of our players are now on King Gonad.
Digi's game is hanging. Oh no. A second tech. At least they managed to take down their wall. Electa has not really taken any hits at all here.
And no Electa's figured it out. Doing very well with patterns. Did you have a crash?
Yes.
Oh no.
After Lunk. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to have time to get too far now.
No, not with 2 minutes.
But they did beat that boss. Spritz has killed it as well. That's everybody that can finish is finished. And seen. The princess tells you to quit it. That was fun. Haven't seen this one in 20 years almost.
All right, well, that's our placements. First, Dude finished, and then No Electa came in second with Spritz right behind. It was a lot of fun.
Digi was on their way and maybe could have finished in time if their game didn't shut off.
I imagine they would have.
All right. Thanks for joining me, Author Blues.
Absolutely.